Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. I'm messing with my microphone. There we go. It is episode 13.
Okay.
Incredibly
Yes.
unlucky
Well,
because
or lucky for some. Yes.
Titan got snubbed of a shortlist recognition by the
dear.
Oscars for Best International Feature, and I am very upset about it. If you could not tell, Thomas, how are you doing?
I'm doing better than you. As someone who has not seen the film yet, I'm doing better than you. I'm sure when I watch the film, I'll be outraged, but we'll see.
I'm not happy. I'm not okay. I'm Trevor, by the way. That's fine. Should we just talk about like reviews?
Yeah. Yes. Should we start off with something positive?
Yeah.
Should we start off with Spider-Man?
We should start off with Spider-Man. No spoilers, everybody.
No spoilers. Okay.
I know my spoiler thoughts are out there. Thomas, do you have spoiler thoughts out there somewhere?
Yes, they are
Okay.
in my Spider-Man ranking, which
Cool.
spoiler force there.
Cool. All right, so yeah, you can find our Spider-Man spoiler thoughts elsewhere.
Yes.
But non-spoiler here. So Spider-Man No Way Home, non-spoiler thoughts. It's a movie. I really enjoyed that movie. It was a fun theater experience to be at that movie. And that's without any spoilers.
Yes. Yeah. I think you can say a little from what they've shown from the trailers. Like they showed the villains that are in this. And I will say the villains are all good. They're all good. Electro, I'd say, is one of the standouts in it. I thought Jamie Foxx is really funny in this film. But he's nothing compared to Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina. They are the two standouts. I was thinking earlier, Willem Dafoe is possibly one of my favourite actors. And then it got me thinking, who else is my favourite actor? And another one I'd say is J.K. Simmons. And then I realised they're both in the movie. They are both in the movie. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, Willem Dafoe is like phenomenal in this. Absolutely phenomenal. As is Alfred Molina. I love everything they do with the character. I'm not going to say what they do with the character, but I do like the direction they take it. Sandman and Lizard, they're there. I was disappointed at Sandman. I don't think he had anywhere nearly enough to do. Tom Holland in this, I'd say, is the best performance we've seen from Tom Holland as a character. He brings a lot more emotional weight to the role than we've seen in Homecoming, Far From Home. And Homecoming, Far From Home, they're lighter films. They can often get compared to the Ant-Man films as sort of light entries into the MCU. This is not like that. This is a lot more emotional. There's a lot more stakes in it, I guess. It was very good. I loved what they did. I was skeptical going in with the trailers. Did not really like the trailers. But yeah, any criticisms I had with the trailers were fixed almost instantaneously with the movie.
I will say with the film, I felt it was pretty messy.
Okay.
A lot of things felt kind of disjointed. There's a 20 to 30 minute period, like at the beginning of the second act of the film, that feels kind of pointless to me, having to do with Peter doing something with the villains. Just because it's very quickly like I know it just felt very pointless. I didn't really feel like we gained much out of it. But there are some of the best moments in the MCU happen in this film.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can't fault it too much.
Exactly.
As far as Oscars, so we'll talk about the shortlist later, but it was on the shortlist for visual effects and sound. I think visual effects happens for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that because if they're looking at maybe Eternals and Spider-Man No Way Home, one of them was received a lot more positively. So they might be more leaning towards more positive films, in which case Shang-Chi might get in, Spider-Man No Way Home might get in from the MCU. And yeah, we might see one like Godzilla vs. Kong, which wasn't received as well, slip. I assume Matrix is still getting, even though that's not been receiving that great reviews. But yeah, they might be leaning more to the positive films.
Well, also, so we've been having a debate about the number 5 spot, whether it was Don't Look Up or Nightmare Alley, and they both missed the shortlist.
They did, yeah.
So this kind of opens up a spot because the locks we had felt were Dune, Matrix, Eternals, and then like maybe Shang-Chi, maybe Godzilla, but like No Time to Die has been showing up a lot. I mean, I don't know. I think that Spider-Man is definitely here though.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I think the only reason it's a potential that it doesn't is if they don't want to put 3 MCU films in. You know,
yeah.
that might be like, because that would then be over half of the categories filled up by MCU films. They might not want to do that, but in which case, I don't think it's Spider-Man that drops. I think it's more
Well,
likely to be Shang-Chi or Eternals that drops.
yeah. Also, they like put every MCU film on the short list
They
over
did,
films like Don't Look Up and Nightmare Alley, which are like Best Picture contenders.
yeah. Yeah, so
Um,
maybe there isn't an aversion to doing that. I just think that there could be to put 3 in.
oh, I've been okay. Kind of off topic with the text, but some people think that No Way Home's going to get a Best Picture nomination, which I disagree with,
Yes,
but I think it could get PGA.
I mean, it's currently in my top 10 films of the year. It's currently quite high. I think it's like 5th. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see it get a Best Picture nomination. But it won't. It won't. I loved how,
PGA though.
yeah, we were talking about Eternals getting Best Picture. You know, I mean, I said that's not going to happen because it's MCU. I don't think it's going to happen for Spider-Man. PGA, it could get PGA. It could get one of the major awards, but actual Best Picture of the Oscars, I don't think there's any chance.
I mean, PGA's given it to Wonder Woman. They've given it to Skyfall. They've given it to Star Trek. I think did the Deadpool movie. Deadpool might have gotten in. So like,
Yeah.
they're a bit more open with like the big like blockbuster achievements, and I think that aside from Dune, this is the blockbuster achievement of the year. So maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. All right. Speaking of Willem Dafoe being the best part of a movie, Nightmare Alley. Willem Dafoe's great. Toni Collette is great. Unfortunately, they're in the movie for like 20 minutes, and it's a 2.5 hour long movie, and the rest of it is boring. I like Guillermo del Toro knows how to direct. The production design is great, and that's about it. Like I feel about this movie how I feel like most people feel about Mank, because people are saying like I appreciate Mank as like an ode to like that era of cinema, and it looks great, but like it just feels like cold and hollow and like shallow and like nothing's really happening. And I feel all of those words is how I feel about Nightmare Alley. It's just okay, but it's really nothing special. Yeah, I don't know where it comes in for Oscars because it also took a big hit at the shortlist. It missed sound, it missed visual effects, and it missed score.
Yeah.
And we were talking about score for a nomination, so but like the score was like very forgettable. It's like it felt like it barely had a score. So yeah, overall, like it should get production design. I wouldn't even be mad about a cinematography nomination. I don't know about anything past that though.
Okay.
It is definitely disappointing. But something that I don't think that you were disappointed by was The Hand of God, which I've watched 30 minutes of. And those 30 minutes were good, and I will finish it. But you've seen the whole thing.
I thought this film was good. It feels very Italian when you're watching it. The production design, everything brings you into this time period very well, and it takes you on a real range of emotions. Like it's tackling a lot. Potentially, it's tackling a bit too much with what it's doing. It does feel a little self-indulgent, like he's putting too much in because I think it is autobiographical, whatever, semi,
Yeah.
It does feel that. You can tell because he is putting a lot into the movie. He is trying to do a lot and trying to accomplish a lot, and a lot of it's done well. I think the actual journey that the main character goes on is the most compelling part of the movie, and that works really well. But everything they do with that character, That's very well. I like the way they do tie into the Maradona story. You know, the title isn't just a throwaway. I do like how I've done that. There are some questionable moments, weird moments, uncomfortable moments, which they do some things which are weird. But the story, as I said, it can feel a little long. It does feel a little long. But that just adds to the self-indulgent side of it. But I think that the journey the main character takes you on, and the journey that the film itself, is worth the runtime. It does feel this length, but it fills it with good stuff.
Okay. Best Italian movie of the year: Luca or Hand of God?
Ooh, I'd say I do prefer Hand of God. I'd say I do prefer Hand of God.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm excited to watch the other hour and a half of it.
Yes.
All right. A movie that I did watch all of though was Being the Ricardos, and I wish I didn't. That was probably a bit harsh, but yeah, I don't know. Like, Aaron Sorkin is a brilliant writer, and he should just stick to that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It felt like he wanted to make a Lucille Ball film. Obviously, he was very passionate about making a Lucille Ball film. But instead of like creating a film that was actually like about something, it was just like, here's a bunch of dramatic moments in Lucille Ball's life, and then they're just like edited together kind of randomly with no real like connection between them. Like, they just feel like vignettes of like drama in Lucille Ball's life. Like, but it doesn't actually like tell a story. And like when it does, it's completely contrasting and conflicting everything else the story is trying to tell us about Lucille Ball. It's like it's so unfocused. Nicole Kidman, her accent work is awful.
Okay.
She could not keep her accent. It was so all over the place.
Better or worse than Jared Leto?
Probably a little bit better, but like it is not. It isn't great. Javier Bardem is actually pretty decent. J.K. Simmons is really good because he's J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Clark Gregg is literally just playing Agent Coulson, but in the 40s, or 50s or whatever. And he works for like CBS. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It felt like a slog to get through. I did not have fun watching the movie. Yeah. I hope this does not get a Best Picture nomination. It doesn't look like it will, and it's very undeserving. I think I as of now I have Kidman dropped off my top 5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance we've seen Rachel Zegler, Alana Haim. They've been picking up some steam, and Lady Gaga's pretty much cemented herself in there now.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility that if both Zegler and Haim get in, then Nicole Kidman could be the one that drops.
I don't know if both of them can get in because I think it's Stewart, it's Chastain, it's Coleman, it's Gaga, and then it's either.
I forgot about Coleman. I forgot about Coleman, but so there is a distinct possibility that we could see Kidman drop out. But I still think I wouldn't call it a lock, but it's pretty firmly in screenplay at this point.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Are those all of the new releases? Oh yeah. Well, okay. I watched lots of halves of movies because I'm busy. But I watched half of Swan Song.
Okay.
And the first half is really beautiful. I'm really excited to finish it. So, more thoughts on that and The Hand of God from me next week.
Right.
Also, The Matrix comes out. So by the time this comes out, The Matrix will have came out yesterday, which is today for us. But neither of us have gotten the chance to see it as of yet. I'm probably going to watch it after the recording of the show. So,
yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the trailer.
Yes.
Robert Eggers, The Northman.
This is a good trailer. It's a very, very good trailer. I really do like Robert Eggers as a director. The Witch doesn't always work for me, but I'd say it's definitely not a bad film. And The Lighthouse is superb, brilliant film. But yeah, he's a very creative director. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he brings out. And from this trailer, it looks very interesting. It's like a Viking revenge film, which just looks it looks great. It gives, like, if you've seen Game of Thrones, Arya Stark, she does this thing where she does like a kill list every night before she goes to bed. She repeats all the people she's going to kill, and this film's like that. Where what did he say? Avenge my father or whatever. But he's just repeating that, and I like that as like a recurring motif. I like those sorts of things. Cinematography wise, brilliant. I mean, The Lighthouse looked incredible. This equally looks incredible. So yeah, brilliant trailer.
Yeah, a bit skeptical of the April release date.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think we can call this a lock for cinematography. Like, if The Lighthouse could get cinematography, this is absolutely getting cinematography next year.
Yeah. I don't know if this will be contending at the big award of the Oscars. I just don't know if Robert Eggers is. I just don't know if Robert Eggers is that kind of director.
I think this is his breakthrough into mainstream. Like, I think that cinematography happens. I think production design happens. I think that costumes could happen. Like, I mean, I think that sound could be pretty strong. Depending on the score, this feels like a movie that would have like a great score.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. And then, like, I don't know about screenplay, but like I think director could happen for Eggers.
Maybe.
The problem is the acting awards, which I don't see it getting any of.
No. And what I will say, the trailer does look fairly, normal, and but I feel that might be to advertise the film. I think when you actually watch it, it's going to do the same trick that most A24 horror films do, where they market it as sort of.
This isn't A24.
I know, but I think that it's going to be, I think it's going to be weirder than we're expecting from the trailer. So I don't know if it's something the Oscars are going to go for, but we'll see. I hope it is.
I know. I could see it being the Dune of the year, quite honestly. I could see it being like the technical achievement blockbuster of the year.
I mean, I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, the trailer looks really, really phenomenal. It looks beautiful visually. So very, very excited for The Northman. That's crazy. That's in 4 months, and we'll get to see that.
Yes, I know. That is exciting.
Yeah. All right, speaking of Denis Villeneuve, his next film, so he's working on Dune Part 2. Also, Rendezvous with Rama. And it's based on a book that's set in the 2130s, and it is about a alien starship that enters our solar system. So this feels very Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah, I mean, we know he can direct sci-fi. A rival Blade Runner, Dune. He can direct sci-fi. Even like, I don't know if you can call Enemy sci-fi. It's definitely not.
It kind of has the visual feel of a sci-fi film, though.
Yeah, exactly. So we know he can direct these sorts of things. He's had a very good track record recently. He's not directed a bad film for a while, a very long time. In fact, I'd say 2000 with Maelstrom is the only bad film he's directed. And that was.
You like Polytechnique?
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was bad. But yeah, he's a very competent director. Wherever he touches seems to turn to gold.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is going to be 2023, but like, wait, does that mean that we'll have 2 films in 2023?
He might well do. He might. Yes.
I can't imagine this is going to come out next year.
No. So yeah, he would have 2 films in 2023. Will he be enough of Ridley Scott where he's got 2 films, but they're both not going for that award?
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, overall excited for this. Excited to see whatever Denis Villeneuve does, because he's actually a decent director, contrary to popular belief.
Yes.
This news is pretty inconsequential, but A Journal for Jordan debuts as a critical failure. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Really? A Journal for Jordan, that titan of critical love, that's gonna get like a 30 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm shocked, Thomas. I'm absolutely shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard the name of the film. I didn't know. I knew Michael Jordan was in it, but I didn't know anything else. So it's one of those. It comes and goes. Like we saw Bruised a couple weeks back. They come and they go pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I don't whatever. This feels like it's going to be like the Kurt Warner film, American Underdog.
I can't say I remember
at Oscar bait.
Hmm.
It's also coming out on Christmas.
Oh, okay.
At least here in the U.S., I don't know. It's about Kurt Warner, who is he's an American football player who played college football, then wasn't drafted. So then he started working at a convenience store, and then the scout saw him. I don't know, throw a carton of milk or whatever. I made that up. And then, anyways, then he got into the NFL and won a Super Bowl.
Right. So, okay.
It's a fun true story, but Zachary Levi is playing him.
Okay.
And that should be all you need to know.
Yes. Yeah. I have no intention of seeing A Journal for Jordan. I've got better things to do.
Fair. Yeah. I will see it if it is on streaming, probably, just because I try and see as much as I can. But yeah. Okay. I forgot. I didn't put this on the list. But did you see the trailer for the A24 film Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I did not see the trailer for that, no.
Okay. But it's completely fair because I didn't put it on our list of topics. But it looks really, really fun. It's about a woman who is being told that a bunch of alternate realities are converging into one, and that she has to save the world or whatever, but she gets the skills of all of the alternate reality versions of herself all into her. And it just looks like a fun sci-fi action film from A24, and I'm completely here for it. And also the logo is all googly eyes, and I don't know what that means, but I love it.
Yes. Okay. Well, should be interesting.
Anyways, just wanted to touch on that. That could be the Green Knight of the year.
Well, I mean, the Green Knight famously not doing that well in terms of Oscar candidacy.
Hey, okay, wait. Overall, though, as far as overall nominations, it's picked up 52, which puts it in 16th place.
Okay.
Throughout this season. So it isn't doing terribly.
No.
Critics groups are liking it.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of some critics groups, the Las Vegas Film Critics Society. We're gonna keep working our way through them. We'll definitely hit at the Annie Awards and the Oscar shortlist at the end of the show. But for now, we're just gonna keep working our way through awards and discussing some things that people have said about what they think is good. All right. We have the Las Vegas Film Critics Society. We can start at the bottom here. Best female youth in a film. Amelia Jones won for Coda, which makes sense. Over McKenna Grace in Ghostbusters, Leah McHugh in Eternal, Sanaa Sidney, King Richard, and Millicent Simmons in A Quiet Place Part 2. I'm fine with this.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever. Male youth, we had Jude Hill win.
Okay. Over Woody Norman, so.
Yeah, over Woody Norman, No Jupe in Quiet Place, Charlie Shotwell and John in the Hole, and then Gregory Diaz, the fourth, and then The Heights. So yeah, interesting that Jude Hill won over Woody Norman.
Yeah.
Curious to see what Critics' Choice does. Breakout filmmaker was Maggie Gyllenhaal, Lost Daughter. Makes sense. Also here was Nia DaCosta for Candyman, Rebecca Hall Passing, Fran Krantz, Mass, and Questlove, Summer of Soul. Maggie Gyllenhaal, I don't know. I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is the number 6 at this point.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would agree with that.
All right. Ensemble, Coda won.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, they've got a couple actors that are sort of in contention. Troy Kotsur is in at this point. Marlee Maitland's on the edge. And I mean, I guess Amelia Jones is on the edge of actress, although I don't see her getting in. But Yeah, okay, that is
She's in the
interesting.
top 10.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, that's interesting. They gave it to Coda.
Yeah. Also, there was Being the Ricardos, House of Gucci, French Dispatch, and West Side Story. Missing is Harder They Fall.
Yes, and wait, did you say Belfast?
Belfast was not there.
Belfast, yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
I'm feeling more confident about French Dispatch potentially getting into SAG Ensemble, though.
I wouldn't want to see it, but again,
It
they
has the
might just
most.
look at bigger cast equals better.
Yeah, it has the biggest, it has the most nominations so far of any film.
Right. Okay.
So maybe. But Mass has the most wins, and I think that both of those are in the bubble at this point.
Yeah.
All right. There's these genre categories. I'll just say what one. It doesn't really matter what got nominated. Dune won horror sci-fi. Coda won family film. Comedy was Don't Look Up. Action film was Nobody, and nobody cares. All right.
Yeah.
Visual effects went to Dune. Expected.
Yeah.
Then other nominees were Ghostbusters Afterlife, Godzilla vs. Kong, Shang-Chi, and The Suicide Squad.
Okay.
So that's interesting. So the
There's a lot
Suicide Squad wasn't even shortlisted.
Yeah. I mean, now that the shortlist has definitely helped with this category but even so, there are still a lot of things that sort of could get in. We don't really, aside from June, we don't really have any clear they are in or they are out. Like I'd say June's winning the category without a doubt. But then you've got Shang-Chi, I expected in. Eternal, Spider-Man, Matrix, I expected in exactly. There's a lot that could get in, but June's the only one that is firmly in at this point.
Watch out for Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that's another one that could get in.
Even though I thought the visual effects were pretty bad, like, who knows? Production design, West Side Story won.
There we go. Affirming my theory.
Other nominees being the Ricardos, Dune, French Dispatch, and Green Knight.
Good to see the Green Knight there. But yeah, West Side Story versus Dune. I can see an upset. I predicted an upset. Will I still be predicting an upset a couple of weeks from now when we do January updates?
Nightmare Alley missed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is interesting. Nightmare
Alley's losing steam.
It's losing a lot of steam.
All right, sorry to cut you off, but that's
okay. That's okay. But yes, Nightmare Alley's losing steam. Being the Ricardos, I don't think I would put that in the production design for the Oscars, but yeah, throw it in there. Why not?
Yeah. All right, costumes. Cruella wins. I'm feeling more confident about that by the day. Then we also had Dune, House of Gucci, Spencer, and West Side Story.
Finally, someone is putting Spencer in this category.
Yeah. And I think this is the 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's between Cyrano and Spencer. It's about which of them can build up steam towards the Oscars. They both are like uneven. Cyrano picked up some steam a couple weeks back, but it seems to be dipping right now. Whereas hopefully Spencer can make
the shortlists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hoping that Spencer can make a resurgence because currently film the year. I hope it does well. I hope it does well.
Yep. Agreed. All right, international film. A Hero. Sorry, I was reading out the nominations. Flea won international film.
Okay.
Other nominations were Hero, Benedetta, Worst Person in the World, and Titan. Thank you, Las Vegas.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Is this the 5? Oh no, wait. Oh no, and it can't be the 5, can it?
I don't like you. I don't like you. I'm excited to see Benedetta though, even though that's not. I don't think that was even submitted. I've been seeing it pop up a lot. So that and Petite Maman, another one that I'm really excited to see. Because Celine Sciamma's the GOAT. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but she's pretty great. Yeah. Interesting that Flea won though.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, worst person in the world. It's an interesting case, this one. We saw it win a lot at the beginning, and it's been snubbed a bit. I mean, it still is getting in here, but we've seen it been snubbed.
It made the shortlist.
Is it number 2? Is it number 2 still? That is the question.
Who, yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
Drive My
think
Car didn't get in,
Drive
but
My Car is the one.
I'm still putting it as number one.
Agreed.
Number two now, I guess. I don't know. It might be a Hero. Like that's been getting in
Is it
a lot of
Flea?
places.
Is
It might be
Flea
Flea
number
as well.
two?
Yeah.
I Flea might be number two. Let me look at my list at this point because number one's Drive My Car. I don't know. So I have number one Drive My Car. I have two Worst Person in the World, three A Hero, four Flea, five Hands of God.
Okay.
I mean, I think those are undeniably the five at this point.
Yes. Yes.
Though I put Lamb in at number six because why not? I really want that to happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd say that's unlikely.
They did Dogtooth. They did
Yeah.
Dogtooth.
Yeah.
Granted, that was 12 years ago, but still.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Documentary. Summer of Soul wins.
Okay.
Expected.
Okay.
Other nominees: Flea, The Rescue, Roadrunner, and Sparks Brothers. So Roadrunner and Sparks Brothers aren't eligible, but we had Summer of Soul, Flea, and The Rescue, which are our locks at this point.
Yes. I mean, could you check which one's winning between Summer of Soul and Flea now?
As of now, so I haven't updated the past 2 days, but as of now, Flea has 27 nominations with 8 wins, and Summer of Soul has 25 nominations but with 11 wins. So Summer of Soul has
Okay.
more wins, but Flea has more nominations.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's going to be close between those two. I've seen Summer of Soul and I've seen Rescue. I did prefer the Rescue, but I don't think it's really got a shot at winning anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, it could be the snubbed one. It could be the one
Yeah.
that gets snubbed. But yeah, Flea, Summer of Soul. It's going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be really
Yeah.
close. Animated film. Mitchell's wins.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Very, very happy. Other nominees were the expected ones: Encanto, Flea, Luca, Raya. Those are our 5.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
everywhere. That's just happening. Song went to No Time to Die.
Okay.
Other nominees were Down to Joy, Belfast, Dos Oruguitas, Encanto, Be Alive, King Richard, and Every Letter from Cyrano, which is now no longer eligible.
Yeah, I mean, replace Every Letter with Just Look Up, and I think that's the 5. I feel pretty confident in that.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, Coda could happen.
Coda could happen. If Coda can get a big push, if Coda gets, picture, screenplay, supporting actor, it might come along with it beyond the shore. It might come along with it.
Yeah. All right, best score. Oh, Spencer won score.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
This helps. I'm very happy with this.
Yeah, I expected to get in because I think the Oscars will be fine with putting in both Power of the Dog and Spencer.
Yeah.
I don't think it will come close to winning though. I mean, nothing's beating June. Yeah, exactly. But interesting, they've given it to Spencer over Power of the Dog. Most places we've seen Power of the Dog is the one they prefer out of the Johnny Greenwood double. But it's good. It's good to see Spencer getting some love in this category.
It's interesting at this point. Dune and Power of the Dog are almost level as far as nominations. Dune has more wins, but they've been pretty consistently level. So it's pretty close. I think Dune still has the edge, but like Power of the Dog might upset. Like if Power of the Dog is winning Best Picture and Best Director, and if it's, I will say at this point my prediction has changed. I think Cumberbatch takes actor over Will Smith.
Really? Okay.
I do. I think Cody Smith-McPhee is taking supporting actor. Like I don't know, Power of the Dog is looking incredibly strong. It just hit 200 overall nominations the other day. The next closest movie is at 130.
Oh, okay. Wow.
People are loving this movie. It is by far the most Best Picture wins, as by far the most Best Director wins. Screenplay, actor.
Yeah, I mean screenplay. It's got
actor,
lots. Yeah.
Score, cinematography. Like it's looking pretty strong.
Yeah.
Other nominations in score were Dune, The French Dispatch, The Power of the Dog, and The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Okay. I mean, yeah, one of those isn't going to happen. But
Macbeth was shortlisted.
It was shortlisted, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
And then the other 3 pretty standard.
Yeah. I don't know what's in that 5th spot. Probably Don't Look Up.
or we've seen Encanto been
Yeah,
getting a bit of love in this category, so it could be Encanto.
yeah,
It's a Disney film, and Disney scores are often, at least on the bubble. So, you know,
yeah. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. So I just saw editing and cinematography, and West Side Story won both.
both. Okay, that is big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other nominees in editing were Belfast, Dune, Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom, which feels normal. And then cinematography was Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, and Spencer.
that's good. They're liking Spencer, which is good, which is brilliant.
Yeah, I'm liking this the Las Vegas critics. Like,
Yes.
I'm enjoying it. But yeah, West Side Story taking cinematography and editing.
Hmm.
West Side Story's gonna rival Dune in the text.
It is.
Like,
It is.
I feel like we're gonna see Power of the Dog versus Belfast for picture, and then like Dune, and for like all the above the line stuff, and then because they both have contenders in supporting actor, supporting actress, and then actor. Though I guess Belfast doesn't really have a contender and
Belfast.
actor. And then they're probably going to split screenplay, and then director and picture will be interesting. And
Yeah.
then I think we'll see a battle between Dune and West Side Story in the text.
Yeah. Although Power of the Dog might have the edge over Belfast because it's got its screenplay category locked.
Yeah,
With Belfast original, it's got Licorice Pizza and Don't Look Up to contend with, and
yep,
it doesn't have an actor. If Benedict Cumberbatch can pick up that award, that's
yeah,
Power of the Dog do have the edge over having a wider spread.
yeah. Agreed. Speaking of adapted screenplay, The Power of the Dog won.
Yep, no
Other
surprise.
nominees were West Side Story,
Okay.
The Lost Daughter, Dune, and Cyrano.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at this point, they're just throwing in whatever they can think of, really. You
Well,
know,
no Coda.
no Coda. Oh, okay. No passing either, I guess.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
tragedy with Beth, which feels like a long shot at this point.
yeah. No, I feel like the five are Power of the Dog, Lost Daughter, Coda, Dune, West Side Story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe Drive My Car can sneak its way in.
Maybe.
But that'd be a bit of a long shot. All right, original screenplay. Belfast won. Okay.
Okay.
Other nominees: Being the Ricardos, Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, and Pig.
Oh, that's and yes, Las Vegas. Let's give them a round of applause. That's a great pick. That's a
Yeah.
great pick. I mean, it won't
Um.
happen, but
Yeah. So Come On missed here again. I don't
I
know if Come On is happening.
I think it's lost all its steam. It had steam for like a week. It had a
Yeah.
lot of steam. It was really we were like Joaquin Phoenix in Best Actor, maybe.
Come On in Best
Now
Picture, sure.
exactly now it's sort of lost that. I don't know what that fifth spot is going to be though.
Yeah.
You've got the four. You've got the solid four. Being Ricardo's, Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Belfast. I mean, Mass maybe. I mean,
So aside from those, the most nominated are French Dispatch, Mass, Come On, King Richard, and Spencer.
I guess
King
King
Richard.
Richard is probably number five. I forgot that was the original,
At
but
this point, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think Mass is coming to streaming soon though, which I'm excited for.
Okay.
All right, director Stevie Spiel's one.
Stevie Spiels. That's okay. That is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
That is, yeah. They're liking West Side Story at this ceremony.
yeah. Other nominees: Paul Thomas Anderson, Jane Campion, Denis Villeneuve, and Sean Hayter for Coda.
Oh,
Wait, who
okay.
missed?
Um, Say them again.
Wait, did Kenneth Branagh miss?
I
Yeah,
mean,
he did. It was
yeah,
PTA, Jane Campion, Spielberg, and Villeneuve, and they put in Hayter over Branagh. Branagh missed.
okay. Branagh missed. I
Also,
mean,
no Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Belfast
Okay.
is spiraling. Belfast is spiraling downwards.
Yeah.
I don't think it will spiral enough to lose the award. It's going to have to lose a lot of steam in. I just don't think there's enough time for it to lose enough steam. But yeah, that is interesting to see it miss out on director.
Yep. All right, best supporting actress. Ariana DeBose for West Side
Okay,
Story.
yeah,
This feels. I think she's the front runner at this point.
yeah, I would agree with that because then you've got the other there's a few strong candidates. If Power of a Dog does extremely well, maybe Kristen Dunst joins the party. Maybe that could happen. And then you've got Andrew Ellis and Katrina Belf as well, who are battling.
Yeah. Other nominees: Katrina Belf, Ann Dowd, Kirsten Dunst, and Ruth Negga. So Andrew Ellis missed.
Okay. And it missed screenplay as well, King Richard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're not liking King Richard.
Yeah. Supporting actor: Troy Kotsur for Coda.
Troy Kotsur. It's him versus Cody.
Yep. Yeah, other nominees were Cody, then J.K. Simmons being the Ricardos, Jared Leto, House of Gucci, and Kieran Hines, Belfast.
Only going for one of the Belfast boys. They're splitting them up. Okay.
Yeah, no Dornan.
Yeah.
Also, Bradley Cooper seems to just not be a thing at this point.
No, he doesn't. I guess the criticism that he's not in the movie enough is playing a factor. But yeah, I mean, it's we've got the four, I'd say, Cody, Troy, and the Belfast boys, and then who's that fifth spot? I don't know. It could be J.K. Simmons. It could, God forbid, be Jared Leto. But
yeah. All right, actress. Jessica Chastain won.
Oh, okay. Oh, and they're liking Spencer as well, so
yeah,
that's an odd choice.
Yeah. Other nominees: Olivia Colman, Lady Gaga, Amelia Jones, and Kristen Stewart. So we have Chastain, Coleman, Gaga, Stewart, and that fifth spot went to Amelia Jones this time.
Okay.
Over somebody like Kidman, Haim, or Ziegler.
So they're liking Spencer and they're liking West Side Story in the ceremony as a whole, but they've done some interesting decisions here in actress.
Yeah. Interesting. Actor? Nicolas Cage won.
Yes. That is good. They're liking Pig as well, and I like Pig, so
Other nominees were Cumberbatch, Dinklage, Garfield, and Will Smith. So Denzel missed.
Yeah, I'd say that's the acceptable one to miss at this point.
Yeah.
You're putting in Smith, you're putting in Garfield, you're putting in
Dinklage.
No, he wasn't. Cumberbatch. I forgot the name Cumberbatch. But yes, Dinklage as well. Yes, you'd put in Dinklage. But yeah, I mean, that is brilliant. See Cage win.
Yeah. All right, top 10 films of the year. Number 10, Mass.
Okay.
Number 9, Spencer.
Wow, that's lower than I was expecting.
Number 8, Dune.
Okay.
Number 7, King Richard. Okay, so it's here.
Okay.
Number 6, Tick Tick Boom. Number 5, Coda.
Okay.
Number 4, Licorice Pizza. Number 2,
you missed 3.
Number 3, The Power of the Dog.
Okay.
Number 2, West Side Story. And number 1 was Belfast, somehow.
Okay. I feel there may have been some, everyone else was giving it to Belfast. Let's not be the outliers here. That may have happened there. But, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, Spencer's lower than I would have liked to have seen. Coda, I'd say, is probably in at this point, in Best Picture. I've always had it sort of on the outskirts, but it's been picking up a lot of steam. Being number 5 here, it's pretty big.
Yeah, agreed. All right, what do we have next? We have the Women Film Critics Circle winners. All right. Only do the ones that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave Best Documentary to Rita Moreno, Just a Girl Who Decided to Go for It.
Okay.
That's pretty inconsequential at this point since it didn't win. Best Foreign Film. So the runners-up were Drive My Car, Benedetta, and I'm Your Man, winning Titan. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
They're
you.
doing it for you personally. Yeah.
Yep. Best actor. All right. So here are the big five. So best actor, runners up: Benedict Cumberbatch, Andrew Garfield, and Nicolas Cage. Winning, Will Smith.
Okay.
So who
Yeah.
takes it on here?
Yeah. I'd say. I'd say it's a 3-horse race between Smith, Dinklage. No, not Dinklage. Cumberbatch and Garfield.
Yeah.
I'd say Dinklage is definitely 4th at this point, with Denzel Washington at 5th. But Nicolas Cage, not out of the realms of possibility. Not out of
No.
the realms of possibility. It could happen.
He got
It
critics'
could happen.
choice. He got
Exactly.
critics' choice.
It could happen.
I'm still holding on to hope.
Yeah. Now that Leonardo DiCaprio's not in, and Joaquin Phoenix is probably not in. Who's number 6? Would you say at this point?
Is it Cage?
Yes, it's Cage. That was the answer I was looking for. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, overall nominations right now. So Cumberbatch is in first. Then
Yeah.
Garfield is in second. Then
Okay.
Will Smith is third. Then Nicolas Cage is fourth. Dinklage is fifth. And then it goes Denzel, Joaquin Phoenix, and then Anthony Ramos.
Okay. But yeah. Nicolas Cage, eh?
He's in that top group.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Their actors picks are really weird. Like really weird. So the runners up were Nicole Kidman being the Ricardos, Sandra Bullock in The Unforgivable.
Okay.
And then Virgin Efira in Benedetta.
Okay.
But winning was Kristen Stewart and Spencer.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, so no Chastain.
Yeah. All right, best screenplay. This is just overall. So the runners up were Coda, Slalom.
Okay.
Are you familiar with that at all?
I'm not at all, no.
It was at Sundance, I think, 2 years ago, and just got its U.S. release, and it's about like a sexual assault case at like this like professional skiing tournament.
Okay.
So I don't know. It looked vaguely interesting. It had a really high IMDb score, but I never saw it.
Right.
So cool to see it show up here though. Passing was also a runner-up, and winning was Power of the Dog.
Okay. Are you sure that's not adapted? Because I guess, yeah, no original then showing up. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know about the slalom, but
Yeah.
is that original or adapted? I don't know. But yeah, Passing, Coda, they are definitely adapted.
Yeah, 100%. All right, best director. Runners up, Rebecca Hall, Passing.
Okay.
Nora Fingsheet, The Unforgivable. Why do you guys like The Unforgivable so much? It wasn't that good.
Yes. I don't plan on watching that, even if it is getting this buzz at this ceremony. I don't plan on watching it.
Other runner-up was Sean Hayter, Coda. Okay, Sean Hayter showing up a lot in director.
Yes. Yeah. I'd still say Maggie Gyllenhaal is probably number 6.
Yeah.
But I guess you'd probably leapfrog Lin-Manuel Miranda for Tick Tick Boom at this point.
Yeah. Winning was Jane Campion, Power of the Dog. Okay, so this is specifically for female directors, right? It's the best woman director because it's the Alliance of Female Film Critics. No Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay.
They said no to Maggie Gyllenhaal, so that's interesting.
That is big.
All right, best picture. The runners up are Coda, The Lost Daughter, and Being the Ricardos. And they gave best picture to Passing.
Oh, okay. Over The Lost Daughter. I guess you'd expect. I don't know. That's an odd choice. An odd choice.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a choice.
Yes.
A choice was made.
Yes.
All right, here. Let's now go to the New York Online Critics. Did we already talk about these?
We've talked about so many. We very well could have done.
Oh yeah, this is where Power of the Dog just won absolutely everything.
Okay.
We definitely talked about those. Boston, I believe we've talked about. I'm trying to remember what we've talked about and whatnot. Yeah, Boston was when Drive My Car won, and then Power of the Dog was runner-up.
Okay.
If we talked about Philadelphia.
Again?
Philadelphia we have not talked about.
Okay.
So let's talk about it.
Yes.
Because that's what we do here. All right, just crossing ones that we've talked about off the list. Had a lot to get through.
Yes.
It should be fun, though. I don't know if we'll get through all these. All right, Philadelphia. For best score and soundtrack. Runner-up, Summer of Soul. Winner, Power of the Dog. No Dune.
Okay. Yes, so no Dune. I mean, the Oscars didn't put it on their shortlist, did they? Summer of Soul?
No, they did not.
No, because it's not really an original soundtrack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it's a musical film, so if you're going to include it in the category, I can see why you put it in. But yeah, again, it's really Power of a Dog versus Dune. Maybe Dune isn't a lock on this category, although I would.
It is. No, it
even
is.
though, yeah, I'd prefer Power of a Dog on the film as a whole over Dune, but I'd be very disappointed if it won over Dune because
yes,
I'd be disappointed to say the least.
All right, best screenplay, runners up, Zola.
Oh, okay. We've seen it in this category before.
Yeah,
I don't remember where, but yeah.
French Dispatch, The Last Duel.
Okay.
And winning is Power of the Dog.
Okay, so
you keep on getting these really weird runners up, and then just like the normal winners.
Yes, exactly. But what this does tell to me is Power of a Dog is not only the best in the adapted category, but also the best overall, probably.
Yeah.
So
Okay, a bit of a spoiler, and this could change by the 2 weeks from now when we do our January update, 2 to 3 weeks from now. Power of the Dog's my number one for Best Picture right now.
Okay. I mean, yes, I would probably be inclined to agree. Like you said, they're 200 to 130. It could wrap up a nice little package. Yeah. I mean, quite a few of them are, Jane Campion. She's probably number one right now, but it's close. Cody Smith-McPhee. It's really between him and Troy Kotsur. Actor, as we mentioned, he could win. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Kieran Hines is still there and supporting.
He's still there and supporting, but I would say those two are the.
Yeah.
It might be a split vote situation with him and Jamie Dornan. I'd say Troy Kotsur and Cody Smith-McPhee are the two front runners in the category. I'd say screenplay is the only locked award for Power of a Dog at this point.
Yeah, agreed. All right, directorial debut, runner-up, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Lost Daughter, winning, Rebecca Hall, Passing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, those are two we've been seeing all over the place.
Yeah. Could we see one of them get into Best Picture, like one of these two films? Because I think it's possible. They've both been really strong. Like, as far as overall nominations, Lost Daughter is in 11th and Passing's in 12th.
I mean, I put Lost Daughter in at one point. November ones I may have had it in.
Yeah, November.
It was after the Gotham Awards gave it to the Lost Daughter. I could see it. I can see it. No, I think Lost Daughter is more likely than Passing, given Coleman is probably in.
I think Bruce Nega's probably in.
Yeah, but I was also going to say screenplay as well.
Yeah,
the Lost Daughter is way more likely to be in than Passing.
Yeah.
As I said, Lost Daughter is probably weirdly number two at this point in adapted. Maybe number three if you put Coda above it, but either way, it's pretty firmly in adapted screenplay at this point.
Yeah.
So I would say Lost Daughter is the stronger film as a whole, but yeah, I could definitely see one of them going in. Both, not really, but
yeah, it'd be close. There's room. There's definitely room.
Yeah.
If we don't see Nightmare Alley being the Ricardos, House of Gucci, or Don't Look Up at all,
yeah. I mean, I still would say Don't Look Up is in, even though it's been received badly. It's still appearing.
Yeah. Breakthrough performance. Arna DeBose was runner-up. Agatha Roussel for Titan wins.
Just a shame it can't get in the Oscars, eh?
Just leave me alone. I'm happy, okay? Yes. All right, cinematography. Nightmare Alley won cinematography.
Okay. I'd still say it's in the category at this point, Nightmare Alley in cinematography. I don't know if I did have it or not. But it's definitely a contender in cinematography. Those are the two it's only contending for now, cinematography and production design.
Yeah.
Whether it gets into either of them, it's risky. It's ropey. I don't know.
I think it's 6 or 7 at this point. I think that our top 5 is Dune, Power of the Dog, Tragedy, Macbeth, West Side Story, Belfast.
Yes, actually, just checking my predictions, I don't have it in.
Yeah, Spencer and Nightmare Alley, I think, are 6 and 7.
Yeah. Even though I don't see Spencer getting into cinematography, I'd really love it too. It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, Claire Mathon will get it someday.
Yes,
because she's an incredible cinematographer. Sadly, just not for Spencer.
Yeah.
Documentary, Summer of Soul wins. Flea runner up.
Again, yeah.
It's the battle.
Yes.
Foreign film. Teton won.
Okay.
And then Flea was runner up.
Okay, so Flea is making a play for the lost place at Titan. You know, Titan's gone. Flea's making a play for that spot.
Yeah, I need all of the Titan positivity right now.
Okay.
Animated film, Flea wins, and Raya got runner up.
I mean, all this does for me is cement the fact that Raya's in. I guess.
Sadly.
Yeah, exactly. Sadly, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'd still call Flea. Weirdly, I'd probably call it number 3 actually. Flea. I'd probably say it's number 3. I'd say you've got Mitchell's, and then you've got Encanto, and then you've got Flea, and then Luca, I guess, and then Raya.
I don't feel confident about Mitchell's winning anymore though, since it got the Golden Globe snub.
No, exactly. But in which case, I do think Encanto is number 2. Still, I still think the Oscars are a bit behind the times in going for a more obscure international documentary for Best Animated Feature. I still think it may not be what the Oscars go for.
Yeah. All right, supporting actor. Cody wins.
Okay.
Runner-up is Coleman Domingo in Zola. He's another one that's just been weirdly showing up. Like, Zola's just been weirdly showing up in supporting actor and screenplay.
Yeah. I mean, it's been showing up. Yeah. It's every so often you just hear a Zola mention, which is fair enough. The film.
I don't mind it. Like, I think the movie's decent.
Yeah, exactly. Decent, fine. But it is interesting to see these weird ones pop out. I am sad though in supporting actor, Robin De Jesus is not getting anything. He had buzz for about a day after Tick Tick Boom was good, and then he's not anywhere to be seen.
I know it's pretty sad.
Yeah,
he's great.
He is.
Supporting actress Ruth Negga won with Ariana DeBose runner up. So those two have been battling. They're the top 2 for nominations right now.
Okay, so maybe
right now they're actually tied. They each have 19 nominations and 3 wins.
Do we have a locked 5 at this point? Because Balfe, Ellis, Dunst, Negga, and the name is slipping my head. Even DeBose. That's a 5. That is a 5 right now.
We have 9 that have been only 9 people have gotten more than 2 nominations. And they are Ariana DeBose and Ruth Negga each have 19. Dunst has 16. Ellis has 14. Balfe has 11. Jessie Buckley has 8. Ann Dowd and Rita Moreno each have 7. And then Marlee Maitland has 5.
Okay.
So as of now, I think the 5 you mentioned are locked with Buckley, Dowd, Moreno, and Maitland on the outside. Yeah. And Balfe looks like she's going to be the first to drop.
Yeah. And especially with Belfast losing steam. But I do still think that is a very solid 5 you've got. That is very solid 5 you've got.
It is. All right, best actor, Cumberbatch wins.
Okay, another one for
Bradley Cooper as the runner-up for Nightmare Alley.
Okay, yeah. I preferred the Las Vegas critics
Yeah.
on this, I have to say.
Yep. Best actress, Kristen Stewart wins for Spencer. And Agatha Russell, run up for the time.
Okay, okay.
I need this so much.
Yes. Yes.
Director, Jane Campion wins. Guillermo got runner-up.
Okay, okay. You thought it was going to be Julie Deco didn't you?
Yeah, kind of hoping for it.
Yeah. But, Guillermo del Toro, he's your replacement.
Not a good one. Best picture, Power of the Dog wins. The Nightmare Alley got runner-up. Okay, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, they liked it. More power to them. More power to them.
Apologies, any Philadelphians. They have
Yes.
family in Philadelphia, so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
All right, now we're on to Phoenix. Thomas, a bit of American geography for you.
Yes.
In which state is Phoenix located?
Arizona. I know my American geography. I can name you. I think I can. I used to know all 50 states. I don't think I can still do them. I might be able to, but I used to be able to do them, and that is a skill I used to have.
Impressive. Did you ever do the capitals?
Oh, God, no. God, no.
I don't even know all the capitals. Let's be honest. All right. Phoenix. Best youth performance. Jude Hill, Belfast. Okay, he's winning way more than Woody Norman. Come on is dead.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the only place it's really contending for now is one that isn't even at the Oscars, and that's Young Performer. So
yeah. And it's losing.
Yes.
It's losing to Jude Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Breakthrough performance. Alana Haim, Licorice Pizza.
Okay.
Visual effects went to Dune. And yeah, they just give out winners. They don't do
anything
else. Costumes went to Dune.
Okay.
I think I have to put that in at this point. I had a feeling that it wouldn't happen, but I think it's just in.
Yeah.
Production design, Nightmare Alley. This is definitely in.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say it is in. I'd say we do have the 5 for this one as well. I'd say West Side Story, Gene, French Dispatch, Nightmare Alley, Belfast. I'd say those are the 5.
Yeah. I mean, what do we think is the 6?
I mean, maybe, yeah, Cyrano Spencer, Power of a Dog, maybe. I guess, but I'd say that is a pretty solid 5.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Editing.
Being Ricardos as well. Being Ricardos as well. You have to throw in there.
Editing, cinematography, and score all went to Dune.
Okay. I thought you were going to go for West Side Story there, but no. Dune makes sense. Makes sense. Even though it shouldn't get editing, it seemingly is.
Yep. All right. Song went to No Time to Die.
Okay. I think this is. I think yes. I was correct all along. Back in October, I think yeah. This is.
And moving on. Documentary was Summer of Soul.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
Foreign language film was The Hand of God.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting category, international feature, because at the beginning we had Worst Person in the World, then we had Drive My Car. Now, I mean, we've seen different things pick up different awards, which is gaining momentum, which is losing it. It's going to be an interesting category.
It really is. I mean, it won't be the same now that the Tom's gone. But,
No. Yes.
Or
Parallel Mothers as well. It's they've dropped a lot of things. What was it? 7 Prisoners as well back in the day when that was eligible.
Yeah. Animated went to Mitchell's.
Good to hear.
Most overlooked film went to Mass, which is like the overlooked film of the year. So yeah. Adapted screenplay, Power of the Dog, original Belfast. That's been pretty consistent.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting category, original, because you've got the 3. I'd say Belfast is the front runner, although I can still see Licorice Pizza picking up.
It's Licorice Pizza's 2, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have ensemble mass.
Okay.
Supporting actress Ariana DeBose, West Side Story.
Yeah.
Supporting actor Kieran Hines.
Okay. Yeah. He's not done. He's not done for the
He's
win.
number 3.
He's number 3. Exactly. He's number 3 with Jamie Dornan number 4 and Jared Leto number 5.
Maybe. Let's see how it looks as far as number of nominations. So right now it's Cody's number 1 by far. Number 2 is Coetzer. 3 is Hines, and then number 4 for nominations is actually Jeffrey Wright, but that's not happening for French Dispatch.
No. Okay.
And then tied at 5 and 6 are Dornan and Leto.
Okay.
So it's probably Dornan, Leto, Hines, Coetzer, McPhee.
Yeah.
Which, okay, whatever.
Yes, exactly. At least, you've got Cody Smith McPhee and Jared Leto. They sort of balance each other out. You've got
I guess
very, very good, very, very bad. They make a nice middle, I guess.
Yep. Lots of contrast. Oscar's really turning up the contrast on this footage.
Yes.
All right. They're looking like Tragedy and Macbeth. I mean, okay. Best actress, Case 2, Kristen Stewart.
Okay, Case 2. I like that. We're going to be referring to her as that
now. Best actor, we got B. Cumby. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, we're not going to be referring to him as that one. We will. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Moving on. Anyways, he won.
Yes, he won. Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah.
The director went to Kenneth Branagh for Belfast.
Okay.
All right, and then in alphabetical order, the top 10 were Belfast, Don't Look Up, Dune, Licorice Pizza, Mass, Nightmare Alley, No Time to Die, Spencer, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
Okay.
Winning
that is
Belfast.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, King Richard's losing a lot of steam. I have to say.
It is.
It's Will Smith's been losing steam. The screenplays losing steam. Picture losing steam. I mean, it's what's the name of the song again?
Be Alive.
Be Alive. Yeah, that's losing steam as well. King Richard, it's not looking great for them.
No, it really isn't. All right, time to head to Chicago, my home state.
Yes.
Let's see what they've done. Actually, never mind. We're going to the Southeast Film Critics first.
Okay.
I have them in order of articles, and that was the nomination. But the Southeastern Film Critics Association. Southeast. So this is like Florida. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Score winning Dune, runner-up Power of the Dog. Yeah, it's these two.
Yeah.
Cinematography winning Dune, runner-up Power of the Dog. Sensing the Theme.
Yes.
Also, these are just the two in cinematography. Animated winning Mitchell's, runner-up Flea. Imagine Dune just wins animated.
Yeah. With Power of the Dog
as runner-up. Would love to see that. I'd love to see that. Honestly, let's get French Dispatch eligible. There's enough, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, in a sense.
I mean,
I guess actually you could class Dune as animated. It's got a lot of visual effects in there, which
Lion King could have been animated.
Yeah, exactly. So Dune actually could be an animated feature. If you total up screen time, how much of it is animated, how much of it is real, could be interesting.
Was not unfortunately not on the list of eligible animated films.
No, I guess not.
Foreign language film winning Drive My Car, runner up Worst Person in the World.
Okay.
I think this is the top two.
Yeah.
Documentary winning Summer of Soul, runner-up Flea. Summer of Soul's making a push.
It is. But
I
again,
think that's the fourth one today.
Yeah. I mean, Rescue's done at this point for the win. I don't think it has a hope at winning, even though, as I said, I did prefer it to Summer of Soul. It's not going to win.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Adapted screenplay winning Power of the Dog, runner-up West Side Story.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess West Side Story's sort of in at this point in adapted screenplay.
Oh, 100. West Side Story is just definitely in.
Yes.
Yeah. Original winning Licorice Pizza. Runner-up The French Dispatch.
No Belfast. Okay.
No Belfast. Director winning Jane Campion or runner-up Steven Spielberg. Are these 1 and 2?
Okay. I'd throw Denis Villeneuve in there as well.
Yeah.
I could see them looking at June as a technical achievement and giving it. Although I do think Jane Campion is number 1 pretty firmly at this point.
Yeah.
But that number 2, I guess Steven Spielberg and Denis Villeneuve. And then it's been Kenneth Branagh and PTA who we've been seeing, snubbed some places, but on the whole are still pretty firmly 4 and 5.
Yep. Ensemble winning French Dispatch, runner-up Mass. These are the 2 that have been everywhere, and I think they need to be considered for SAG Ensemble.
Yeah,
because they've been everywhere.
Yes.
Supporting actress winning Kirsten Dunst.
Okay.
Runner-up Ingenue Ellis. So no DeBose or Nega.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
all 4 are in, but
all 4 are in,
exactly. Who wins?
Yeah, and it does affirm your idea that Katarina Balfe will be first to drop off.
Yeah, I think.
If one of them has to drop off. If one of them has to drop off, but I'd still say she's in at this point.
Yep. All right, supporting actor. You've got Cody winning, and Jeffrey Wright as our runner-up.
Okay. They're liking the French Dispatch here.
They are. Actress winning K-Stu. Runner-up Alana Haim.
Okay.
Again, I think Haim's number 5. I think Haim is number 5.
Yeah, I have Haim in. I do. I have Haim, Chastain, Kidman, Coleman, Stewart. Those are my 5 currently.
Best actor? Benedict Cumberbatch. It's happening. I think Cumberbatch is the front runner now.
Yes, I would agree.
Will Smith was a runner-up here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say Garfield is number 3. He's a solid number 3. And I'm sure he'll accept that position.
Yeah. I mean, for him to win, he needed to be doing what Cumberbatch is doing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, the top 10 films of the year. Number 10, Summer of Soul.
Okay.
Number 9, Dune. Number 8, Drive My Car.
Okay.
7, Tick, Tick, Boom. 6, The French Dispatch. 5, West Side Story. 4, despite getting no other nominations, The Green Knight.
Okay.
Number 3, Belfast. Number 2, Licorice Pizza. And guess what? Power of the Dog won again.
There we go. Yeah, I would say front runner for Best Picture. Probably.
It's okay, what do we think Power of the Dog is winning at this point?
Winning, I'd say screenplay. I have Cody winning.
Yeah.
I'd have Cumberbatch winning. And then I don't see it winning any of the text. I have it nominated for a fair few, but I don't see it winning any. So I'd say it would get those 4. Picture, screenplay. Oh, director as well. I forgot director. So those 5. Supporting, actor, screenplay, director, picture. Which is pretty much that's a good package.
That's a great package. And Kirsten Dunst could happen.
It could happen.
she's definitely there.
Mm.
So who knows? Who knows? All right, what do we have next? What do we have next? Scrolling. I have a lot of tabs. It's probably why it's running a bit slow, my computer. But we got all of the awards.
Yes.
All of them. All right, what do we have next? What do we have next? We have still scrolling. I'm sure this is wonderful for everybody to listen to. Let's go to Chicago. Yeah, let's go to Chicago now. Okay, there's a lot of scrolling just to get back to Chicago. All right, I did a lot. They did some things.
Okay.
Just looking at some of the things at the bottom here. All right, breakthrough director. Michael Sarnowski, Pig.
Pig. Good. I like Chicago.
Other nominees: Maggie Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Hall, Sean Hayter, and Emma Seligman for Shiva Baby.
Okay.
So that's exciting. Breakthrough performer: Alana Haim, Licorice Pizza. Other nominees: Ariana DeBose, West Side Story; Amelia Jones, Coda; Rachel Zegler, West Side Story; and Rachel Sennott, Shiva Baby.
Okay.
Visual effects went to Dune. Oh, okay. Oh, these nominees: Annette, The Green Knight, Nightmare Alley, and Titan.
Okay. They like. They only put. I don't know. They only put good films into visual effects, in, I guess. Okay, that's an interesting.
I love Chicago.
Yes.
They just nominated Annette, The Green Knight, and Titan
In the same category. Yes. Yeah.
I'm proud. Okay. Chicago, I'm proud to be in the same stage as you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Score: Power of the Dog. Okay. Also there, Annette.
Okay.
Dune, The French Dispatch, and Spencer.
Okay.
Sure. Editing: The French Dispatch. 1.
Okay. Did you write these? No. Did you have any hand in these?
I actually just drove up to Chicago and bribed all of the critics members.
Yeah.
Titan is winning Best Picture. Yeah. No, this is great. Also here is Drive My Car in editing.
Okay.
Dune, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Okay, Dune being editing is evidence of me not bribing anybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
no, you were doing it deliberately. You needed to put one in there to remove the scent.
Spencer won costumes.
Oh, you definitely did something here.
Spencer won costumes. Also here is Cruella, Dune, The Green Knight, and West Side Story.
Okay.
I'm very happy with these. Cinematography, The Power of the Dog won.
Okay.
Also here is Dune, The Green Knight, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story.
Okay.
I'm loving these. Production design, French Dispatch.
Okay.
Also here, Dune, The Green Knight, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story.
Okay. So no Belfast.
I'm very here for all these picks.
Yes. Yeah. They're liking The Green Knight. They're liking The French Dispatch. They're liking Titan. They're liking Annette. I someone else likes these films, don't they?
Okay. Here's where I don't like them. Foreign language film went to Drive My Car.
Okay.
Granted, I haven't seen Drive My Car yet. Other nominees: A Hero, Petite Maman, Titan, and Worst Person in the World. At least it's there. At least it got nominated.
Yeah.
Documentary was Summer of Soul.
Okay.
Also here is Flea, Procession, The Sparks Brothers, and Velvet Underground.
Okay.
So we'll talk about the shortlist, but Sparks Brothers and Val both missed. Documentary shortlist.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, we'll talk a bit about our documentary top 5 right now, but it's drastically changed for me. I think the Velvet Underground is in.
What do I have? Yeah. I mean, I guess it's in. I guess you've got that Ascension, Rescue, Flee, Summer of Soul. That feels like a
Yeah,
fight.
that's what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have had Val in there, but that, for obvious reasons, is now no longer the case.
Yep. All right, animated feature. Flea wins. Other nominees: Belle,
Okay.
and then Encanto, Luca, and Mitchell's.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, flashback to October when this was 5, but you know, it's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Listen to the original screenplay. I Okay. Licorice Pizza 1.
Okay.
Other nominees are The Card Counter. What I've immediately turned on this.
Yes.
The French Dispatch,
Okay.
Pig, and Red Rocket.
Okay.
What?
Yes. Right. They like A24. Both Red Rocket one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Adapted screenplay, Power of the Dog wins.
Hmm.
Also here, Drive My Car, The Green Knight, The Lost Daughter, and West Side Story.
Okay. Okay.
Expected, for the most part. Interesting to see Drive My Car here.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Supporting actress, Ruth Negga is here. Ruth Negga wins. So, I don't know. It's going to be really, really tight.
Yeah.
Like, just across the board
Mm.
in this category. Also here is Katrina Balfe, Jessie Buckley, Ariana DeBose, and then Riley Keough for Zola.
Okay. I mean, one of them's not going to happen, but yeah, the rest of them are.
Interesting to see Buckley here. I think Buckley's the 6.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd say she's overtaken Marley Maitland, definitely at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And no Katrina Balfe or Anjanou Ellis, who I think are the 4 and 5. I mean, wait. Oh, no Dunst
No,
either.
oh, no Dunce. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So, like, they have the top 2 here, but yeah, that's interesting. Supporting actor, Cody wins.
Mm-hmm.
Also here, Bradley Cooper, Licorice Pizza. Okay, here he is.
Okay.
Coleman Domingo Zola.
Again,
Mark
another one for
Feist,
him.
West Side Story.
Okay.
And then Jeffrey Wright, The French Dispatch. I don't think any of these happen except Cody.
No, no. I mean, do we have to consider Jeffrey Wright?
He's showing up everywhere.
He's showing up in a lot of places.
If French Dispatch gets original and it picks up Seg Ensemble,
we could
maybe.
see it.
I think he's 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Actress, K Stu takes them to win. Also here, Jessica Chastain, Olivia Colman, Alana Haim, Agatha Russo.
Agatha Russo. Okay.
Okay. Who missed? Stuart.
Who missed?
Wait.
Who did you say? Chastain. You didn't say
No,
Chastain.
Chastain's here.
Oh, Kidman.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Oh, Gaga. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, Kidman also missed.
Yeah.
Okay. Actor. Benedict Cumberbatch wins. Nicolas Cage was nominated.
Good.
Andrew Garfield was nominated. Hitoshi Nishijima for Drive My Car was nominated.
Okay.
And Simon Rex was nominated for Red Rocket. No Will Smith.
No Will Smith. No Dinklage. Okay.
Okay. Director is Campion. Also here is PTA. David Lowery, The Green Knight.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg, West Side Story. And Ryosuke Hamaguchi, Drive My Car.
Okay. They're liking Drive My Car. They are liking Drive My Car.
Best Picture. The nominees are Drive My Car, The Green Knight, Licorice Pizza, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Thomas, who do you think won?
Power of a Dog.
You are correct. Power of the Dog takes home yet another Best Picture.
Another one. Yeah.
Let's go through one more critics group. and then we'll look at the Annie nominations and the Oscar shortlist.
Yes.
All right, and who's the lucky critics group that we get to do next? Let's so London and Florida each had their nominations, but we'll wait until we have wins from them.
So
did Black Reel. They also had their nominations. So I believe our next group with winners is Portland.
Okay.
So let's head to Thomas. Where's Portland?
Oregon.
Nice. I don't even need to test you on this.
No, yeah. Okay. That one I was less confident on that one, I have to say.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen these, so let's see here.
Okay.
Best stunts or action choreography. No Time to Die wins.
Okay.
So, sure. Also here was Dune, Shang-Chi, Harder They Fall, and Last Duel. I'm not mad about that.
Okay. No, exactly. Last Duel needs to get more love because I watched it the other week and it's one of my favorite films of the year. I really did love Last Duel.
Visual effects, Dune.
Okay, yeah.
With Eternals, Godzilla vs. Kong, No Time to Die, and The Green Knight also here.
Yeah, I mean that is a 4. Again, you could put quite a number of combinations of 4 in there, and it would feel right.
No Time to Die might be strong here, though. It's showing up a lot.
It's showing up a lot, and there is a case that No Time to Die. You know, it's getting sound probably. It's definitely getting song. So you know, it's getting other awards elsewhere. It will put eyes on it. Eyes equals potential nomination.
Yeah. All right. Sound. Dune wins, and our other nominees are The Green Knight, The Harder They Fall, The Power of the Dog, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. So No Time to Die misses here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, The Power of the Dog and sound. It was on the short list. So interesting though, but Dune winning makes sense. Production design, Dune.
Okay.
Other nominees are Nightmare Alley, French Dispatch, Green Knight, Macbeth, and West Side Story. Expected.
Yeah.
No Belfast.
No, exactly. Yeah, Belfast for Nightmare Alley. I guess you do a switch there.
I mean, I would say like The Green Knight or something.
Oh, yeah, The Green Knight as well. Yeah.
Costumes, Dune. Dune just gonna win it. Okay. I guess Dune's just winning everything. Also here is House of Gucci, Nightmare Alley, Spencer, The Last Duel.
Good to see it's getting
West Side Story.
Okay.
Score. Surprise everybody, it's Dune. Also here was Last Night in Soho. Oh wait, what?
Yes, I was gonna say.
No Time to Die.
Okay.
Spencer and The Power of the Dog. So we had Dune, Spencer, and Power of the Dog, and then we had Last Night in Soho and No Time to Die in here. Which Last Night in Soho isn't even eligible.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Don't Look Up's been losing steam from this category in particular.
Yeah.
Again, it was one of those ones that had a week in the spotlight in this category, but yeah, it's not been getting the nomination it really needs in this category.
Yeah. Let's see here. Cinematography. It's Dune.
Oh, what a surprise.
Also here, Nightmare Alley, The Green Knight, The Power of the Dog, and Macbeth. Where is West Side Story?
No West Side Story. Okay.
Huh. Screenplay. Power of the Dog wins. Also here, Licorice Pizza, French Dispatch, Green Knight, and Lost Daughter. Yeah, Power of the Dog is just the strongest screenplay of the year.
Yeah. And I guess I would probably call French Dispatch number 5 at this point in original screenplay.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, it's been getting a lot more than King Richard.
Yeah, that's fair. French Dispatch might be the 5. In which case, maybe Jeffrey Wright happens.
Maybe.
All right. Okay, this is gonna. The best Oregon feature went to Pig. So.
Okay. Okay.
Sure. Then they have their genre categories, but I'll just read out who won because I don't really want to go through nominations here. Sci-fi movie went to Dune.
Mm.
Okay, okay. I actually will because a couple of these are interesting.
Okay.
Godzilla vs Kong was here. Oxygen was here.
Oh,
Eternals and the Tomorrow War.
yeah.
I liked
Forgot
Oxygen.
about Oxygen. Exactly. I liked Oxygen as well.
Best horror film. Teton.
Okay.
Also here is Candyman. Okay.
Okay.
Fear Street Part 1.
Okay.
Last Night in Soho. Malignant in the Night House. Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Not a good year for horror.
No, exactly.
Best comedy, French Dispatch.
Okay.
Also here is Barb and Star.
Okay.
Licorice Pizza. The Mitchells vs. the Machines.
Okay. Good to see.
And Shiva Baby.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm happy with those. Foreign language film. Winning. The Worst Person in the World.
Okay.
Also here, Drive My Car. Flea.
Yep.
Lamb.
Yep.
Petite Maman.
Yep.
Teton.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, putting in 2 French ones, but no French film is even eligible. So,
Yeah. Don't need to keep bringing it up, okay?
sorry. We'll have to bring it up again soon to discuss the shortlists.
Yeah. Documentary. Summer of Soul. Again, it's winning everything.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, I have
Billy...
it winning, but it could be 3. But I have Summer of Soul 1 right now.
Yeah. Also, Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blurry, which is actually very good, and it was on the short list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flea, The Sparks Brothers, and The Velvet Underground. Telling you, Velvet Underground's in. I think it's even number 4 over Ascension.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's been getting in a lot of places, so yeah, I can see that.
Animated. Mitchells.
Okay. Good
also
to hear.
Here is Flea, Luca, Riot. Oh, they just did 4 and they left out Encanto. It's just Flea, Luca, and Riot.
They put Raya in. Okay.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
Ensemble. The French Dispatch wins. Again, this is going to get Sega Ensemble. It could get original screenplay. It's getting original score. Jeffrey Wright could have. I don't know, French Dispatch, I think people might be underestimating.
Yeah.
Also here, Dune, Gucci, Green Knight, Harder They Fall, West Side.
Okay.
Supporting actress, Ariana DeBose.
Yeah.
Then also here we have Ruth Negga, passing. Kirsten Dunst, Part of the Dog. Jesse Buckley's here.
Jesse Buckley's here. Showing up again. Yeah.
And Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett.
Oh.
Nightmare Alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Not too sure about that one.
Ellis and Delph missing again.
Yes.
Once again.
Yeah. I do. I'd still say Angelou Ellis is. I would call her a lock. I would call Angelou Ellis a lock.
Dolph, though, I think is vulnerable.
I wouldn't call Dolph a lock. I wouldn't call her a lock. She's in, but she's not in.
Right. You have Buckley and Moreno there, who I think are the 2 strongest.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, who knows? Supporting actor. Jeffrey Wright won.
Okay. Right.
I don't know.
Yes.
Also, here's Bradley Cooper, Jared Leto, Cody Smith-McPhee, and Mark Feist. Wait. So no Kieran Hines and no Troy Kutzer.
Oh, okay. No Troy. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's
whatever.
Interesting, but
Actress. You know who it is. Case 2.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Also here, Alana Haim, Jessica Chastain, Lady Gaga, Tessa Thompson, and Renat Reinsve, Worst Person in the World. Okay, should Tessa Thompson be considered?
Yes, but there's not enough space. That's the
Yeah,
answer I'm going to give. Yeah, she should be considered, I guess, at this point, but I don't think there's enough space for her to get in.
because you'd have to beat out Haim and Ziegler
Exactly,
and
and
Kidman.
even then, Haim and Zegler are not in yet. I mean,
Yeah,
I would say Haim is above um, Kidman probably at this point,
yeah.
but she's not in the category yet. So because even take out Haim and Zegler, you still got 5 there. So
With
she'd
Kidman,
have to
yeah.
beat out them plus another one.
Yep. Yeah. Actor Cumberbatch. Not doing the other thing this time.
Okay,
Yeah. Keeps on taking home these wins. Also here, Garfield, Denzel, Nicolas Cage, Will Smith, and Dev Patel, the Green Knight.
okay. I mean, yeah, that's good. You can throw in Dev Patel as a
Yeah,
side,
that's a
as
fun
a
thing.
yeah, exactly. But
Little treat.
Nicolas Cage, I'm positive. I'm happy. I want to see it.
Are you going to be predicting him?
But I mean, that's a different question. I'd like to get my predictions right, you see, but um, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I really would.
Director. Um. Okay. I don't know
I,
what they've done.
okay.
Jane Campion won,
Mm,
and then we have David Lowery, the Green Knight,
yeah.
Denis Villeneuve, Dune,
Yeah.
Edgar Wright,
Oh, okay.
Last Night in Soho, Guillermo del Toro, Nightmare Alley, and Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Lost
Okay.
Daughter.
So
No
PTA,
PTA,
Tanner, Spielberg,
no
all
Brandon, no
good.
Spielberg,
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's an odd choice to go for Edgar Wright and Guillermo del Toro
and Maggie,
and Maggie Gyllenhaal. Yes. I mean, Maggie
and David
Gyllenhaal
Lowery.
at this point, yes, David Lowery as well. I guess Maggie Gyllenhaal at this point is probably less, sort of out there.
He's the 6th.
But David Lowery, Edgar Wright, Guillermo del Toro. It's an interesting 3.
The nominations for Best Picture: Last Night in Soho.
Okay. See, it's weird. In some places, it's just really hitting.
Yeah,
It is.
and some it's
It
not.
was. What was it? The NBR? Maybe I don't remember the exact award,
I
but
can't remember
one.
who. Somebody
Yeah,
else nominated a lot. Yeah.
but yeah, exactly. So some places it's just really hitting.
Yeah. Licorice Pizza's here.
Mm.
Power of the Dog is here. Green Knight is here. Last Duel is here. And West Side Story is here. No Belfast. No Belfast. Thomas, who do you think won Best Picture?
Power of a Dog.
The Green frickin'
Oh,
Knight.
okay. I was hoping my philosophy of guess the power of a dog and always be right would turn out correct, but no. Okay, the Green Knight, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Sure.
I'm not at all mad.
I'm here for it. Like, why not?
Mm.
All right. Should we talk about the Annie Award nominations?
Yes, yes.
Okay. There's a couple of things happened. Earlier. Because they did things.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm necessarily happy about these things.
Okay.
Best Animated Feature: Encanto, Luca, Raya and the Last Dragon, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, and Sing 2.
Okay. Okay. They like American films.
Yeah. So there's Best Indie Feature,
Okay.
which gave it to Belle, Flea, Fortune Favors Lady Nikuko, Pompo the Cinephile, and The Summit of the Gods.
No, the was it Critics' Choice or Golden Globes? One of them
Golden Globes,
nominated
My
that
Sunny
big one.
Maud. Yeah, that isn't
Yeah,
there.
that's not here. Okay. Um Wait, so I guess maybe Flea wasn't
Flea and Belle
eligible.
maybe weren't eligible.
Yeah, I guess that's the only logical explanation.
So is Sing 2
Maybe.
the 6 or 7 then, though?
I'd say it's 7, maybe even 6. Bell hasn't been getting in anywhere, you
Yeah.
know. I'd
Yeah.
say maybe 6, but 6 or 7 definitely, yeah. because I guess the spot used to maybe belong to like Rob's Gone Wrong, but that's down at like 10 at this point. But yeah, Sing 2's been getting decent reviews, so I can see it being 6 or 7.
Yeah. So you have a bunch of other things like best voice acting and stuff, but the other thing I really want to look at is best director, because
Okay.
director's typically an indicator, because director, they don't split it up.
Okay.
And the nominees here were Mike Rianda, Mitchell's vs. the Machines, Enrico Casarosa, Luca, oh geez, Jonas Poher Rasmussen, and Kenneth Ladakier, Flea.
Okay.
Jared Bush, Byron Howard, and Charisse Castor Smith, Encanto, and Mamoru Hosoda, Bell.
Bell. Okay.
So this is a bigger indicator because it's combined, and they put in Bell over Raya.
Yes. Yeah. It's close. It's going to be close between those two. It's going to be very close between those two.
Or they could blind us and go with Boss Baby Family Business.
Oh, well, they could do that. Or Paw Patrol the movie. They could go with one of them.
Paw Patrol. Okay, I would not be mad about Paw Patrol.
You like it. Yes. But
still, it is not a bad movie.
No. Okay. It's going to be close. You know, there is a case we made that the Oscars, like we've seen them go for like more out there animated picks. We've seen that before. It wouldn't be particularly out of the blue to go for something like Belle, but equally, if they want to go for something safer, sure. Raya seems like a good pick.
Yeah. Also, there may or may not be background noise from a cat who's, I believe, high on catnip. So,
okay.
But no, I mean, they went with Hosoda's previous film, Mirai, in 2018. So maybe this happens. I don't know.
Maybe.
Also, they're marketing this like crazy. When I went to see Spider-Man, they got the Bell trailer in front of Spider-Man.
Okay. Wow.
At AMC. Yeah. So
yeah.
It was alongside like the Kingsman trailer and like the Batman trailer. Like they were getting Bell in there. The Matrix trailer.
Yes, Batman and Bell, eh?
Yeah. The marketing team's doing the job.
Yeah.
Okay, should we talk about the shortlist?
Yes, let's talk about I'm sure you have very positive things to say about the shortlist.
Okay. Score being the Ricardos. Candyman showed up.
Okay.
Don't Look Up, Dune, Encanto, French Dispatch, The Green Knight, The Harder They Fall. Those are fun to see here. The Green Knight and Harder They Fall. King Richard, The Last Duel, No Time to Die, Parallel Mothers. Parallel Mothers is here.
Yes.
Power of the Dog, Spencer, and Tragedy of Macbeth. So let's talk about what missed. Nightmare Alley.
Yes.
Gone. Come on. Gone. Cyrano. Gone. And I guess like Luca is not here either.
No, yeah, I get, yeah.
But like Candyman is weird. Harder They Fall is weird, and Green Knight is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I adored the soundtrack to Harder They Fall, so I mean, I don't know if that one's weird. I guess if you got a short list of this length, you would expect to see it in. But I would say, The Green Knight, Candyman, you'd expect to see Nightmare Alley and Come On ahead of them.
And Cyrano.
And Cyrano as well. I guess, Cyrano, maybe, I don't know, actually. Yeah, I guess Harder They Fall would be next to drop off, because Parallel Mothers, even though it seems like a weird choice, we've been seeing it show up and score elsewhere, so.
It got Golden Globe, right? It got the Golden Globe score.
So it's actually not that out there in terms of score choices.
But Nightmare Alley's the big miss here. All right, original song. So may we start?
Yes.
Yes. Well done. Well done, Academy. You did one good thing, and you put a net on the short list.
Yes.
Down to Joy, Belfast. Right Where I Belong from Brian Wilson, Long Promise. Okay, whatever. That's sure. Automatic Woman from Bruised, which is actually a pretty solid song.
Okay.
The movie's okay. Decent song. Dream Girl from Cinderella.
Mm.
Why? Why do we have to acknowledge that that movie exists?
I don't know.
Beyond the Shore from Coda. It's
Mm.
here. It could
Yeah,
happen. It
it
could
could.
happen.
It could. I still think we'd already got a solid 5 though.
Yeah, I don't know. The anonymous ones from Dear Evan Hansen. Sure, whatever.
Mm.
I enjoy the song, but like, really, you had to again acknowledge Dear Evan Hansen's existence. Academy, really.
Mm.
The fact that Cinderella made the Oscar shortlist, Camila Cabello's Cinderella, and Titan is not here is disgusting.
Mm.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But whatever. Just Look Up from Don't Look Up. Dos Oruguitas from Encanto. So no double nomination for Encanto.
Mm.
Somehow You Do from Four Good Days. So this is from the person she did the Lucy last year. For The Life of Head. She's been nominated like 11 times and never won. So Four Good Days is like a Glenn Close drama from earlier this year that nobody saw.
Mm.
So I don't know if it happens. Then we had Gun Go Bang from
Guns
The
Go
Harder They
Bang.
Fall.
Love
So
to see
happy
it.
this is here.
Mm.
All right, Be Alive, King Richard, Expected, No Time to Die from No Time to Die, Expected, Here I Am Singing My Way Home from Respect, Accepted. And then You Saved My Life from Sing 2. Okay.
Mm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Missing, Cyrano.
Every
Again.
letter. Yes. Again, Cyrano's been dropping off. Yeah.
Okay. They haven't been doing Cyrano everywhere. Does this hurt Dinklage? Does this improve your Nicolas Cage? Does this improve your Nicolas Cage theory?
I mean, maybe I do still think Denzel's more likely to drop off than Dinklage. Because
Yeah.
at the beginning of Cyrano's run, we had Dinklage in the movie getting snubbed everywhere else. And then it had a phase of, maybe production design, maybe song. But now it's just back to Dinklage.
This is the short list. It couldn't even make the short list.
No. So, yeah.
Who knows? Another notable miss is the song from The Rescue.
Yeah.
Which had been kind of talked about.
Mm.
But all right, Makeup and Hair. Coming to America.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Makeup and Hair was good, but they just did the same thing as the first movie. And also, like, again, you couldn't have at least picked a good movie. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Cruella's here. Cyrano's here. Dune. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. House of Gucci. Nightmare Alley. No Time to Die got in for Makeup and Hair. So that's interesting. We had The Suicide Squad. Maybe a repeat of the first film. And then West Side Story. So let's think about this. What are the 5 for Makeup and Hair?
Okay, so
Tammy Faye and Gucci.
Yeah, they're pretty in.
Cruella and Dune.
Cruella and Dune, yeah, and then I guess Nightmare Alley. Maybe?
Yeah, like what do we have left? We have West Side Story, Suicide Squad, No Time to Die, Nightmare Alley, Cyrano, and Coming to America. I don't see Coming to America happening, and I don't see Cyrano happening. No Time to Die, I don't know where the makeup was. So that leaves Nightmare Alley, Suicide Squad. I could see Suicide Squad getting in.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Or West Side Story if it overperforms.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say West Side Story actually is probably number 5.
I don't know. Notable misses here are Spencer. Spencer missed, which is really frustrating. The Green Knight also missed.
And being Ricardos. Oh, yeah, and
being Ricardos, The Last Duel. And also The Electrical Life of Louis Wayne won the EFA, so maybe that had a shot. But yeah, Spencer's annoying. Spencer's really annoying.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Now, best sound. So this is a new one. Previously, this has not been one of the shortlist categories. You now have it. We have Belfast, expected.
Yeah.
Dune,
expected.
Obviously expected.
Yes.
Last Night in Soho. So I brought this up, I think, before that this could happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's expected at this point to be at least on the shortlist. It's been appearing elsewhere, so I'm not too surprised that it's on the shortlist. I don't see it getting in, though.
No. I will say, though, I watched the movie recently now that it's streaming, and I enjoyed it. I liked the movie.
Yeah.
Probably just because my expectations were set so low.
Hmm.
And it was just, I don't know, it was pleasantly surprising.
Okay.
Definitely not my favorite Edgar Wright by any means. I think Baby Driver is better. I think Scott Pilgrim's better. I think Shaun of the Dead is better. But
yeah, I think it's his worst actually. I think it goes Last Night in Soho, Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim, and then the Cornetto trilogy.
I'd have to think about that. I mean, I think all of them are good movies. I don't think he's made a bad movie.
No. Last Night in Soho is not bad by any means. It's quite enjoyable. It's just was pretty disappointing when you look at the rest of Edgar Wright's filmography.
That's fair. But yeah, then we have Matrix here. Matrix Resurrections. Then No Time to Die here for sound. Makes sense. The Power of the Dog.
Yes.
That's interesting. I'm here for it though.
Yeah.
If it overperforms, if this is winning Best Picture,
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's always weird how they put this film in because it's called A Quiet Place. So you know, you had Sound of Metal last year. It has sound in the title. This one should be the opposite, really. But no, I did the sound in that film's pretty good. So
the first one was nominated. So maybe.
Yeah.
It just has not been. I haven't been seeing this show up anywhere for sound. But
no, it was released very early, so I think it killed much of the Oscar buzz with its release.
Spider-Man: No Way Home here for sound. I don't know if it's really that much of a sound movie, but
no.
Okay, whatever. Tick Tick Boom and West Side Story rounding it out with 2 musicals.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's getting in for sound? I think Dune is definitely.
Yeah. I'd say
no. I don't know. Like Tick Tick Boom and West Side Story, I feel good about.
Yeah, No Time to Die, I even still feel good about.
Yeah.
And then Belfast, I'd say I feel pretty confident we'll get in as well.
Matrix.
I'd choose Belfast over Matrix.
Okay. Notable misses. The big one is The Harder They Fall, which was a nomination leader with Precursors.
Yeah, The Harder They Fall. And the other one, really disappointed at, The Last Duel. The Last Duel. This is its, only real chance at getting in. But, it's a shame.
Did it get into score?
It got into score, but it's not getting into score.
Yeah. Also missing is King Richard and Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, but I mean... Yeah, Nightmare Alley's bigger because it just adds to the pile of misses. King Richard, I didn't really expect it for sound.
Yeah. But No Harder They Fall and Last Duel are pretty big. All right, visual effects. We have the 4 Marvel films: Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man. And then we have Dune, Free Guy, Ghostbusters, Godzilla vs. Kong, Matrix Resurrections, and No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Don't look up and Nightmare Alley aren't here.
Yeah. This to me feels like, they've put in all the blockbuster ones. Don't Look Up. I wouldn't call Nightmare Alley contending for Best Picture anymore. I really wouldn't. But even so, it's in that sort of world. That Don't Look Up. They've been snubbed here. It's all the blockbusters here. Not a single one of them I wouldn't call a blockbuster. Yeah. Not a single one of them. So,
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah. A couple blockbusters did miss though. Jungle Cruise isn't here, even though the visual effects in that were not great. Okay, the tiger looks terrible.
Okay.
The tiger looks awful. Did you ever finish Jungle Cruise?
I did. Yes, I did finish it. Yes. The tiger does look.
Okay. I didn't.
I think I did. Let's check.
Maybe you did, and I just didn't see it.
I think I did. I don't think I reviewed it because why would anyone review that film? It deserves to be forgotten about.
Okay.
Not
I think I reviewed it. But I actually want to see now.
Yeah, no, I did. 2.5. Let's see. Yes, it looks like you did. I had a fun time with it. You had a fun time with it.
I did.
Even if The Rock wasn't that good and it featured the worst visual effects of the year. Okay. Side note: I didn't know I needed to see Jesse Plemons argue with the bee. That is your review.
Okay, I maintain. Okay, I stand by that. I didn't. I didn't hate watching Jungle Cruise.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
mean,
an unenjoyable film.
yeah. I
But
didn't put it on my ranking though. 2021
okay,
films ranking.
that's where it's probably, yeah, because I
Okay,
mostly look at that to see.
I need to put it somewhere there then.
Yeah, you know, I did with Jungle Cruise though. I did get the 4K
Oh yeah,
because
of course.
my grandma wanted to see it.
Okay, okay.
So I said whatever, and she doesn't
Did
have
you know
Disney Plus.
it's on Disney Plus? It's on
She
Disney
doesn't
Plus.
have
Trevor.
Disney Plus.
Oh, okay,
So if we
okay.
go up there for Christmas and she wants to do Jungle Cruise, I just figured I'd take my 4K because they do
So
have a
you
Blu-ray
had
player.
to order it. Yeah, you had to order a Blu-ray of it.
Of course,
Okay,
of course.
okay.
It was cheap. It was on sale for like $15. It was
Oh,
half off.
gee.
It was a Black Friday deal. It's normally like
Okay.
$35, which is way too much for Jungle Cruise.
Yes, yes. Okay.
I was trying to be nice to my grandma, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Um, maybe Judi Dench should play her. Then we'd have a movie. Yeah, I'm sure there's something that you can get out of the premise we just said. What were we talking about?
Visual effects.
Oh yeah, Finch also missed.
Oh, Finch. Yeah, I mean that came and went. That like Bruised, it came and went. You know.
No Venom.
No, I mean that is the visual effects were a bit ropey on Venom.
Yeah,
So
ropey's the perfect word to use to describe just Venom in general.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, looking at the precursors, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have Dune. Shang-Chi was in second. Eternals was third. Godzilla was fourth. And the Suicide Squad was fifth, but that's not here. And that's not here, but that's been getting nominated. And then it's Free Guy, Nightmare Alley, No Time to Die, and The Green Knight. So Dune, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Godzilla were the top ones here. And then we had Free Guy and No Time to Die were the other two on this list. But I think Spider-Man's maybe that fifth spot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would be more inclined to put Spider-Man on than I guess No Time to Die. I don't see No Time to Die getting in.
No.
Although again, I could. Again, it's I don't know with this category. This one it could go to
and Matrix.
Exactly, Matrix. It's a tricky category to predict this one.
It really, really is.
Like
really
there is no number two. There is no number two. We've got June, and then there's the rest.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You're gonna edit that out, or
no? We're leaving that in.
No, we're leaving that in. Okay.
I was trying to keep it in. It didn't work.
No.
Documentary feature. Ascension's here.
Yep.
Atticus here.
Yep.
Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blur here. This is one of my favorite documentaries of the year. It's really, really good. Happy to see it. It won't get nominated, but happy you made it here. Viadai here.
Yeah.
The First Wave here. That is the highest rated film on Rotten Tomatoes of the year. It could randomly get in. Flea here.
Yeah.
In the same breath as here. Julia's here. President is here. Procession is here. The Rescue is here. Simple as Water is here. Summer of Soul is here. The Velvet Underground is here. And Writing with Fire is here. You know it's not here. It's Val and the Sparks Brothers.
Yeah. I mean, we saw them dropping like a while back.
Yeah.
Val picked up some form of momentum,
off the shortlist.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've still got the Rescue, Summer of Soul, Flea. They're all in. Yeah. They are all, or again, one of them could be snubbed, but they all should be in. They're the ones you consider to be the sort of locks at this point. And then Ascension as well. It's number 4, and then you've got like the Velvet Underground.
I think Velvet Underground's 4, and then Ascension's 5.
Okay, but and then you still got Procession, The President, Attica, they're the ones that.
Fai
Yeah, exactly. You've seen them appear here and there. You've got some in here that I've not even heard of that definitely won't get in. But yeah,
just simply because you haven't heard of them. That's
yes, yeah.
So some other big misses aside from Val and Sparks Brothers, Becoming Cousteau, which is on Disney Plus. That's been picking up noms. The Lost Leonardo isn't here, which actually looks kind of good. I still might watch it. It's about like a supposed Leonardo da Vinci painting that's gotten sold around the world, but then it's now found that it's like a fake.
Okay.
Like interviewing all the people who bought it.
Right.
It's kind of interesting. Other things that missed. Introducing Selma Blair, I believe, is not here. Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain, is not here. And then also the Rita Moreno documentary is not here. So there's a couple of things.
There's a fair few actually. There's a fair few that missed out. But yeah, all the big ones are here. So, except for Val. Val was the only one. Val was Sparks Brothers, I think, had been out of the category for a long time at
Val
this point.
and Sparks Brothers going into this had the same amount of nominations.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah. They were tied. They were in a 3-way tie with Ascension in the 5th spot. As far as
I don't know. I guess I just discounted Sparks. I hadn't discounted Val. I did have Val at number 5, but it's how it goes.
All right, everybody. International feature. Great Freedom from Austria. Playground from Belgium. Unana from Bhutan. Lee, Denmark. Apartment number 6, Finland. I'm Your Man, Germany.
I want to go about better. You missed France. See what I did there? See what I did there?
Lamb, Iceland. Happy that Thomas doesn't get to come back. He has to stay away. That's here. Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
Lamb from Iceland. I want to hear you talk for the rest of this. A Hero from Iran. The Hand of God, Italy. Drive My Car, Japan. Hive from Kosovo. That could be a dark horse. It won Sundance. Prayers for the Stolen, Mexico. The Worst Person in the World, Norway. Plaza Catedral, Panama. The Good Boss, Spain.
That's an odd way of pronouncing Parallel Mothers.
No. Titan.
Yeah. No Titan. Not even in the top 15 international films of the year.
It's my number 4 of the year, I think. Number 3 or 4 of the year. I just recently bumped it above The Green Knight and that.
Okay.
I don't understand how this doesn't and the Good Boss gets in. Spain is rewarded for snubbing Parallel Mothers.
I would actually be more annoyed if the Good Boss didn't get in, because then Spain would just have been very stupid there. Why didn't they put in Parallel Mothers if their selection doesn't even get in?
Rewarding them for not putting in Parallel Mothers.
I guess, but it's also showing that maybe there's a world where Spain thought they were making the right decision by putting in the Good Boss because they recognize it as a good film, or I don't know. I'm making excuses for Spain. I think we've got our 5 here. We've got Worst Person.
Yeah. Now that Titan's gone, we have our 5. Yeah.
Exactly. Flea, A Hero, Hand of God, Drive My Car, Worst Person in the World. I mean, you've got others like Compartment number 6. Hive, as you said. Lamb. I guess they're on the bubble, but
I need Lamb.
I think you've got your 5.
No, we do. I need Lamb though. Now that the Titan's gone, I'm going all in on Lamb. Also Memoria is not here. From Colombia, the Apichitar, I'm gonna actually look up how to pronounce his name. It's a very long name.
Okay.
Who directed Memoria? Okay. Look at this. Apichatpong Wirausathaklu.
Okay.
Look it up. It's very hard. A Peachetpong
Oh,
Wirasaku.
a Peachapong Urasaku. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yep. We're just going to call him AW.
Yes.
Anyways, Memoria was never going to get in, but I mean, it isn't here. It's notable because people liked it.
Yeah.
Everything else that's been picking up nominations that wasn't eligible, like Petite Maman or Parallel Mothers or Benedetta.
Or even Happening as well. Here. You know, you had 2 from France.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, like just like Hive. I mean, because like the top 15 for nominations was Drive My Car, Teton, Worst Person, A Hero, Flee, Hand to God, Petite Maman, Lamb, Compartment Number 6, Benedetta, Parallel Mothers, I'm Your Man, Purse for the Stolen, Riders of Justice, and Hive.
Okay.
Those were the 15.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it would have been more interesting if we saw Titan in, you know, which one would drop. That would have been a more interesting debate, but right now, I think we've got our 6 for this category.
5, yeah.
5, sorry.
Yeah, it's so annoying that they can't. Yeah, not very happy about this.
On that positive note,
I do actually have to gloat a little bit because in the documentary short category, showing up is the Queen of Basketball, which I've been saying all season is going to win the documentary short category, and it showed up on the shortlist.
Okay.
So yeah, saw it at like a virtual short film festival early in the year, and I was like, this is gonna win.
Yes.
That might happen.
Yeah.
So I just had to brag a little bit about that one. Oh, yeah. Wait a second. Yeah, it's not here. Far From the Tree, the short that placed before Encanto, didn't make animated short.
Oh, okay.
Disney missed animated short.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about the short, so
it's a good short. I really liked it.
Okay.
I thought the short was better than Encanto.
Okay. Wow.
It's like a 2D animation short about like a raccoon and the raccoon's kid. I don't know. It was sweet. Okay. It was a fun Disney thing. It's just weird that Disney missed the animated short category.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is it foreshadowing for Encanto? Missing animated feature? I doubt it.
I doubt it. What would go in? Sing 2? Probably.
Yeah. Probably Sing 2 over Encanto.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No.
But I think that's the show. Thomas, where can the people on the internet find you?
You can find me at Payments Pictures. That is the channel where I release videos, and Letterboxd at Thomas Gladstone.
Nice. Yep, you can find me on this channel. I did it. And you can also find me on Letterboxd at Trevor Matson. And on the basement, where on Christmas Day we will have a pre-recorded Spider-Man No Way Home big spoiler discussion with both my co-host Mark and Opic, and we're welcoming on special guest Robert Parker to talk Spider-Man. So should be fun. So you can go check that out on Christmas Day. I believe it's premiering at 7 o'clock, which is our regularly scheduled time. So if you want to hear lots and lots of Spider-Man discussion, you can head over there. But I think that's it for the show. We'll be back next week post Christmas to keep on going with these Critics Awards, because there's some interesting ones, and the Critics Awards really tell us what's strong. Because we get them almost every single day. So that almost gives us a day-by-day barometer of what's looking strong.
Yeah.
So,
but should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun.
It should. And then January 6th, Critics' Choice and Golden Globes Awards.
Yes. I'll be watching one of them very intently. I'll let you decide which one.
I mean, Golden Globes aren't even having a ceremony. It's just a
Okay.
But yeah, we'll probably do our live reaction to that.
Yes.
So that'll be fun. But until next time, you can look forward to all that stuff. But stay safe, everybody, and goodbye.